Imagine this. In one fleeting moment, the entire horizon changes. Where the sun typically rises, a terrifying, unnatural sight appears, a rift in the fabric of reality itself. It all began a few months ago when astronomers detected a strange object in the depths of space. At first, it was just a faint glimmer on the edge of the solar system. But as it drew closer, the truth became undeniable. This wasn't an asteroid, comet, or artificial satellite. It was a planet. A massive, rogue planet that had left its orbit in another star system and was now hurtling directly toward Earth. People learned about it almost immediately, despite governments' attempts to keep it secret. The news spread through independent astronomers and leaked scientific reports. Panic erupted worldwide when specialists confirmed the worst. A collision was inevitable. The only question was how much time remained. 6 months. Half a year until the end of everything. At first, life carried on as usual. People tried to maintain some semblance of normalcy, but fear and anxiety quickly began to grow. Every media outlet spoke of one thing only: what would happen when the planet reached us? Scientists scrambled to analyze the situation, proposing desperate solutions. Some offered fantastical ideas: detonating the rogue planet with nuclear weapons, altering its trajectory with massive gravitational tugs, or at least building underground shelters to save a fraction of humanity. But reality was harsh. The incoming planet's mass was so immense that no technology available to humanity could stop it. 2 months before the collision, the effects of its approach began to manifest. The rogue planet's gravity disrupted Earth's delicate balance. Lunar tides became trivial compared to the chaos now unfolding. Waves dozens of meters high ravaged coastal cities, sweeping away everything in their path. Millions fled inland, but there wasn't enough room for everyone. Chaos descended, marking the first wave of global panic. The gravitational disruption affected not only the oceans but also the Earth's crust. Constant earthquakes rattled the planet as if it were trembling in fear. Entire cities disappeared overnight, swallowed by fissures and chasms. Volcanoes erupted, spewing lava and ash across vast regions, rendering them uninhabitable. The once bright sun disappeared behind a thick veil of ash, plunging the world into a sudden winter. Temperatures plummeted, marking the beginning of a global freeze. But this was only the prologue to the disaster. Meanwhile, the rogue planet loomed ever larger in the sky. Even during the day, it was visible, massive, and foreboding. Its enormous craters, mountain ranges, and dark patches grew sharper and more menacing with each passing moment. By then, scientists had stopped debating its nature. No one knew where it had come from, but it was clear that its mass and velocity would annihilate all life on Earth. In the final days before the collision, the world descended into madness. Streets were filled with desperate crowds. Some sought escape, others turned to prayer, and many simply surrendered to despair. It was in those moments that I truly understood how vulnerable we are. All our technology, achievements, science, and progress, they were powerless against the chaos of the universe. And then the day arrived. I stood on a hill staring at the sky when it happened. The rogue planet, enormous and blindingly bright, filled half the horizon. This gravitational pull had already wreaked havoc. Oceans had risen into the skies, transforming into monstrous storms. Hurricanes tore across the planet with unimaginable force. The earth beneath my feet cracked and groaned like fragile ice about to give way. The collision itself was instantaneous, yet its aftermath felt eternal. The impact turned Earth into a blazing inferno. Continents shattered like fragments of a broken mirror. Massive plumes of molten rock and debris shot into space. The atmosphere evaporated in an instant. All that remained of our once green and thriving planet was a chaotic cloud of rubble mingled with the remains of the alien world. Together, they formed a new, lifeless asteroid belt. And you know what's most terrifying? We were never alone in this universe. Perhaps somewhere out there, far away, other intelligent beings watched our destruction, drawing their own conclusions. Or maybe, millions of years from now, someone will stumble upon the remnants of our civilization among the cosmic debris and wonder who we were. But I know this, Our story ended as abruptly as it began. And this ending was as breathtaking as it was horrifying in its inevitability.